Hello everybody and welcome back to Driversroom Sunday League. We are here at round number 4 around the Red Bull Ring. This time on the short version, only 6 corners, not a lot of corners. Around a 1 minute, 1, 3, 2 or 3, 1 minute, 3 lap times will be achieved here today. In the Toyota Hi-Medic. Not your ordinary race car, that's for sure. Produces a lot of noise, so be careful with your volume once the race starts. This Toyota Hi-Medic has been tuned up a little bit to be suited for racing, so they will be a little quicker than your ordinary city ambulance. Anyway, that is all I need is to know for this race. Let's go to the grid walk for today's race. Lining up on pole position for today, it is Gary in his ambulance, plain ambulance, nothing serious about it. In second place, it is Too Fast. He might be able to challenge Gary going into turn 1. Do not be fooled by his livery though, it's still an ambulance, not a garbage truck. Although, seeing what's inside the driver's cabin, it might still be one. Anyway then, it is Cartman up in third place with Mark GT in fourth. Mickey starts this race from fifth place on the grid with Spo in sixth. McLaren starts in 7th place today with Mr. Sean starting in 8th place. 9th place is then for Urk, and last but not least we have the Gulf Ambulance. It is obviously Mja Mercer. He will start in 10th place today. Or at least I am very interested to see where he can end up. Anyway, that is the grid order for today's race. Let's see what this race will bring us. All 5 lights are on. And Tufos is a jump start. And now the lights finally go out. Two sides gets a horrible start after jumping the lights. And it's all lights out or lights on for these cars, that's for sure. Into turn 1 we go. Gary still holds the lead from Cartman. Then this Mark GT and Spo. Now up to 4th place, Tufos dropping all the way back down to 6th. And as they head into turn number 2, he stays there. Mickey, Urk and Mercer all 3 wide in turn number 2. And Mr. Sean has been shuffled down to last place. Now to the front, McLaren really getting closer to the back of Spo. Now into the 2 final corners of this circuit. It seems to be all very clean, all within track limits. This circuit is very notorious for its track limits, and so far I think everyone has behaved themselves. Spo looking for a move on Mark GT, not going for it though. Stays behind, but with his compromised line into turn number 1. He is now under threat from McLaren. McLaren sending it up the inside into turn number 2 and getting it done. Nice and easy, although he is run very wide. The turn number 3 on the exit, turn number 4 side by side. Tufos now bump drafting McLaren as they head into turn 5 and 6. That is, I think it is. Bit of tire squealing, and it's Mark TT. Mark TT has spun round. Carefully rejoining now, and he will rejoin all the way down to in last place. Not a good second lap for him. And Spo has got himself a half-second penalty for track limits. Two of us now trying to nip up the middle. And Spo, was there a bit of contact between Spo and Giclaren? I don't know. What I do know is that Too Fast will go past both of them and up to the final podium spot. Almost back where he started. And Mickey now also getting into the mix. Now it's 3 wide as they head into the final 2 corners. Very short track, the Red Bull Ring short layout, short for a reason. Ooh, as I think Giclaren has run wide. Mickey now up the inside into the final corner. Not a conventional overtaking spot, but makes it stick. And because of the compromised line, Giclaren loses another place to Spo and gets a 2-second penalty for running wide on the exit of turn number 5. That will cost him dearly. In the background we see a move from Mercer on Mr. Sean into turn number 1 on the home straight. Gets it done, nice and easy. Mercer now up to 8th place. Spo has also gotten a half-second penalty. He will serve that next lap. Whilst Too Fast with a 2-second penalty, he serves it right away. Giclaren also serving his 2-second penalty. Will Too Fast get overtaken? Yes, he will. Too Fast gets overtaken by Spo. Those penalties hurting a lot. And they now near the end of lap number 4. On to lap number 5. And Too Fast in the slipstream. Getting up alongside. And Spo tried to close the door. Really cut off Too Fast. And I think Too Fast loses out on another position than to Mickey. As Mickey almost drifting through the second turn. And Too Fast really close to the back of Mickey's car. Spo serves his penalty. And will that draw in the other two? Oh, Mickey again very sideways. Too Fast has to take avoiding action not to hit him. And will that cost him a penalty? I surely hope not. And it looks to me like it won't. But Mickey sliding a lot already. Gary now far up front with the fastest lap of the race already, going a 10th quicker in the first sector. Can he hold it together for the second sector? He might even get into the 1 minute mark. If he can get these final 2 corners right. First one looked okay, second one also looked fine to me. And it is not a quicker lap, unfortunately for him. Mickey has been overtaken by Urk. I think Mickey served a penalty. Giclaren with a personal best lap of 1 minute 1.9. Too Fast at 2 minutes 6. Or 1 minute 2.6. And Too Fast sends it up the inside into turn number 1. Gets the move done, but doesn't get a great exit. Giclaren carrying way much more speed. And keeps his 4th place. Spo now with a 2-second penalty. He was up in 3rd, or is still up in 3rd place. But after this penalty it might become otherwise. It's gonna be pretty close. Oh, and Giclaren performs the switcheroo. Can he keep his line? Spo turning in whilst Giclaren was still there. It's now 3 wide. A bit of beeping. Not sure what's that for. Maybe that was from Spo or from Giclaren. I don't know. Too fast. And again, making a profit out of the situation. Moving himself back up to 3rd place. With Spo now to 4th, Giclaren in 5th, Urk in 6th and Mickey very close behind in 7th place. So really tight battle for 3rd place. Spo, another 1 second penalty for him. Front tires are absolutely smoking, trying to get on the power as early as possible. He will serve his penalty this lap. And Giclaren sails by. Urk will do so as well. So Spo from 3rd place is now all the way down to 7th place in a matter of 1.5 laps. Is he gonna retaliate immediately? He was looking for a move into the final corner, thought better of it, and stays behind Mickey for the time being. Gary is running away with it, very consistent mid 1 minute once for him. For the entirety of the race. Cartman a bit slower, around 1.5 seconds slower every lap. And then too fast. Because of all the battling being held up a lot, but now it looks like he's in clear air. He should be quicker now. And maybe able to catch up to Cartman. Gain some of that lost ground he lost off the start. Urk running wide in on the exit of the final corner. Oh, and nearly losing it on the exit of the final corner. And gets a 2.5 second penalty as a congratulations for keeping your car pointing in the right direction. Going very defensive into turn number 1 will compromise his line. He brakes too late. Mickey will also be compromised slightly, although a little bit less. And Spo gaining from all that squabbling, now up to 6th place, which will become 5th place once Urk has served his penalty. Too fast last time round, a personal best lap of 1 minute 1.6. Cartman did a 2 minute 5, so almost a full second gained on Cartman in the final lap alone. And Urk has now served his penalty. He stays in front of Mercer. Gary going again purple in the first sector. He's really stretching away with that lead, although people might start to be thinking about a pit stop sooner rather than later. I think almost everyone is below 25% now. Ooh, a big slide for Gary, but keeping it pointed in the right direction. He comes across the line and it's a 1 minute 1.6 for him. And Too Fast is already peeling off into the pit lane, going for an undercut. Will anyone else follow him? Oh, a bit of a tap from Spo on Mickey. Oh, and Spo trying to move out of the way. Gets a slight tap by Urk. And Urk thinking it was his fault, letting Spo back through. And this all will give Mercer, Mr. Sean and Mark T an opportunity to draw in closer. And It takes a very long time, almost a full lap it nearly takes to get into the pit and get out again. And out he comes, and Cartman comes in a lap later. Geclaren also coming in. Mickey staying out with less than 10% of fuel. He should be able to make it, I think. Spo doing the same. Mercer having a little bit more fuel, so does Mr. Sean. Mr. Sean looking again good on his fuel. Mark T under 10% as well, but he should be fine. Cartman finally reaching his pit stall, changing tires, and I would assume that Geclaren would do the same. He also comes in and he also changes his tires. Gary continues on for another lap. So he really wants to try and perform a one-stop race. By the looks of it, he might be able to pull it off. And he's actually lapping now. I think that is Geclaren indeed. But Gary gets a 3-second penalty for track limits. I'm not sure where exactly those track limits was. It might be in turn 1. As now Mickey, Spo, Mercer and Mark T all come in. And Mr. Sean stays out for another lap. He should be very fine with a one-stop race. Gary serves his penalty. And will he beat off in the pits? I surely think so. Yes, he will. So Gary coming in for his first and maybe only pit stop. Urk also needs to come in, and so does Mr. Sean. But look at the time. Too fast, setting in the fastest lap of the race, a 1 minute 1.078. Showing his pace in clear air and on fresher tires. And he is massively caught up to the back of Cartman. What is Cartman doing? Cartman has disconnected, that's what he's doing. Alright, that's a shame. Gary deciding not to fully fuel up to the maximum. He gets a 3-second penalty for cutting the pit lane entry. Urk actually staying out for another lap. Not sure if that's a wise decision. Will surely make sure he can get to the end. Mr. Sean should be fine now as well with getting to the end of this race. And Mr. Sean pulls it into the pit lane. I think Urk will do the same. That sees Gary back up to first place. But interesting strategy to not really fill up to the maximum again. And since Cartman has disconnected, it is too fast. Now in second place. Now really into the lower 1 minute 1 region. First outlap from Gary should see what he can do. But there's a tire deficit. Too fast on the softs, whilst Gary is on the medium tires. Geclaren is on the mediums as well, just ahead of Mickey. Mr. Sean coming out. Where would he come out? He doesn't either fill up to the maximum again, only to 81% of fuel, and he gets just ahead of Mercer and Mark T, but with a slower exit speed. He might be in trouble. He is not, by the looks of it. He stays in front, and that is very vital for him because Mercer and Marty T quite possibly both need to make another pit stop. Spo having a 1 second penalty, he serves that one. And will he get overtaken? I don't think he will. Or not just yet. Ooh, big slide out of the penultimate corner. But he stays in front. Two of us now with a 1 minute 0.7. The first lap time we have seen into the 1 minute zeros. And surely he's gonna put a lot of pressure on Gary. The gap is around 5 seconds. And Gary gets a 3 second penalty for track limits into turn 1. I think the last time he got a 3 second penalty was really wide on the entry. I think he has done the same this time, which has led to him getting another penalty. Two falls again with a 1 minute 0.8. And McLaren defending from Mickey behind. Then it's Spo from Mr. Sean. Mercer followed very closely by Mark GT, and then Urk all the way down in last place. Oh, and I think there was a big mistake by Gary. Oh no, he served his penalty, sorry, my bad. He served his penalty, and now having to feel or needing to go defensive into turn number 1. Defends it nicely from Too Fast. Now they make their way to turn number 2. Gary again somewhat defensive. Now to the penultimate corner. Gary again going very defensive. Definitely feeling the presence from Too Fast. Very close by. And Too Fast gets a better exit than Gary. And also has the outside line. Goes for a switcheroo. Gary cuts him off almost instantly. Now into turn 2, side by side. Bit of contact on the apex. Nothing much though, really. Now they already head to the end of the lap. Oh, and Gary is very wide. Gary almost holds it together, but in the end he does not. He spins out under the pressure from Too Fast. And I think that will be the end of this fight for first place. Too Fast now up into first place. Further back, still really close between Marty T and MJ Mercer. Still a similar pace for the last couple of laps. Mercer does a 1 minute 3.2. Mighty 1 minute 3.4. Only 2/10 between them on that last lap in terms of lap time. Oh, and was that not maybe a bit wide by Mercer on the exit of turn number 1? Indeed, it was. A 1 second penalty is handed to him, and it will see him fall behind Mark GT. Oh, and Mickey again with a big slide. He has gotten himself up to third place after last lap. I think Gicklaren served a penalty. This time he will serve another penalty. This time only a half-second penalty, so not that much impact. But still, a penalty is a penalty, and it slows you down. And it's not something that you want. MJ Mercer getting a 2.5 second penalty. I'm not sure where that came from. I think he must have ran wide at some point again. He will serve that 2.5 second penalty and will get out behind Mark GT. Mark GT himself with a 1 second penalty. He will serve that next time round. Spo with a half-second penalty will not impact his race as much as for some other guys. RGT is about to serve his penalty. Will that give the position to Mercer? Yeah, I think it will, and yes, there goes Mercer past to take 7th position of Mark GT. Only 5 minutes remain on the clock, so quite coincidentally, only 5 more laps. Maybe Tufas will no, Tufas will do the same. Also 5 laps for him. And how is everyone doing in terms of fuel? Just looking through everyone's fuel usage. All seems pretty good. I did notice with Gicklaren and Spo on the medium tires, both having a lot more wear. So I think they both did not change their tires. Gicklaren trying for a move into turn number 1. He has the inside line and gets the job done. No possibility of a switchback for Mickey as they make their way up to turn number 2, and Mickey gets a 10 second penalty, only a 1 second penalty. Luckily it's not a 10 second penalty, but luckily for him only a 1 second penalty, but that might prove costly for his battle to get a podium. Yes, the gap has grown significantly. Mr. Sean still holding off Mark GT and Mercer. These three have been together for almost the entirety of the race. And Mickey with another half-second penalty really ruins his chances of a podium. That's unfortunate for him. He must be sure that he doesn't rack a lot of penalties in these dying laps. Otherwise, Spo might be able to get his hands on 4th place. Meanwhile, a bit further behind, Mark GT has overtaken Mr. Sean to take 6th place, as they only have 2 more laps around this circuit. Only 12 corners in total. For the top 2 as well, 2 more laps. Although it's, yeah, 2 more laps. Although Gary might be really close to not actually making it for another lap. He is now also below 10% of fuel. And again, very wide on the entry. Very wide on the exit as well. He gets reset. He gets reset to track. Luckily, it doesn't impact him as much. He is now coasting. And I fear that this is another disconnect. And I think it is very unfortunate for Gary. And there we have the confirmation. Gary has disconnected. Oh, and this is not really nice for him. Mr. Shaw now very far behind. He must have made a mistake on the last lap. It's all kicking off in these dying moments. I'm not sure what will be done with Gary. He might get his podium, seeing that this was only the last lap and he wasn't really battling with anyone. It does mean that on circuit, McLaren will take 2nd place ahead of Mickey. And then 4th place is for Spo, getting a half-second penalty just before he crosses the line. Mark GT finishes it up in 5th place. Then it is Mercer in 6th. Urk finishes in 7th place. Mishan in 8th. And Too Fast wins round number 4. And takes the checker flag first. So that was this race for you. Even after the jump start that Too Fast had, he still manages to win this race. Lucky for him, I guess. Anyway, let's take a look at the standings. Gary will get 2nd place. So, but because of the disconnect, McLaren and Mickey will also be on the podium. So that makes for an interesting championship table because McLaren and Gary both are rewarded a 2nd place. Only difference is that Gary gets an extra point for starting on pole position. But speaking of the championship table, it is Too Fast up in front with 75 points. Then there's Giclaren with 63 points in second place. Cartman unfortunately only finished 2 races. He has 58 points, tied with Gary for third place in the standings. Then there's Mr. Sean with 55 points in fifth place. Mickey with 44 points in sixth. Mark GT has 42 points, 1 point ahead of Urk, who has 41 points in 8th place. Flapjack has 36 points, Low Power 34 points, and Spo has 32 points. Then there's Mercer in 12th with 29 points. DJ, also only have seen him on track for 2 races, has 23 points, and Dester still remains in last place in the standings with 11 points. That was it for this round of Drivers Room Sunday League. I really hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like and subscribe if you have not already. And I will see you guys soon for some more Drivers Room Sunday League. Until then, have a good one. Bye bye.